I've been reading Quantum Supremacy for about an hour and a half. I'm obviously home from work and everything. I got home, showered, and immediately dove back into fucking reading. And I might have just read one of the most gripping pieces. I don't even know why it gripped me that hard. It made my heart race, and I was like, holy shit. And it's not even that crazy, but the section here is called Tragedy of War, right? And Michio Kaku's talking just about how there was so much going on in quantum theory in the early 1900s, 1920s, 1930s, debates between Niels Bohr and Einstein, because Einstein did not agree with it. And there's just so much just time and energy and eyes on quantum theory and what it is and where it's coming from, if it's real, if it's gonna just, people didn't believe it. But then Michio Kaku is just talking about the tragedy of war. Unfortunately, this brilliant intellectual debate was interrupted by rising tide of world war, right? And it's crazy how all these genius physicists go from trying to solve the quantum theory or battle against the quantum theory, and they all get thrown into fucking war. But Max Planck, who is the godfather and is accredited with discovering the quantum theory, literally all of quantum physics, right? Listen to this. Planck, witnessing the wholesale migration of a Jewish physicist from Germany, personally met with Adolf Hitler, pleading him to stop the persecution of Jewish physicists, which was destroying German physics. However, Hitler became enraged at Planck and screamed at him. So Planck was trying to say, don't send, leave these dudes alone. These dudes will help you. Leave them alone. And I mean, we know some Jewish physicists that did not stay in Germany and obviously ultimately beat Hitler. And I mean, obviously in the Pacific Theater as well. Two things that got dropped. But even more crazy shit. Planck's son Erwin, he was involved in a plot to assassinate Hitler, but then he was caught and tortured and then eventually executed. And then now, even crazier, the Nazis put a price on Einstein's head, right? They released in their magazine a picture of Einstein with the caption, "Not yet hanged." It gets even crazier. Erwin Schrödinger, who created the Schrödinger equation that literally is the reason we have all the elements in the periodic table. He witnessed a man being beaten in the streets in Berlin and tried to stop the attack, only to be beaten himself by the SS. Shaken, he left Germany and accepted a position at the Oxford University. But then he stirred up controversy because I didn't know this about Schrödinger. He got around, bro. He had a wife, mistress. He had a notebook of all these girlfriends that he had. But that's neither here nor there. But Niels Bohr, who was a prominent and one of the founders of quantum mechanics, physics, he fled to the United States and he almost died in the process of escaping Europe. Gets even crazier. Werner Heisenberg, with the Heisenberg uncertainty, right? And the Michio Kaku gives him the title of perhaps the greatest quantum physicist in Germany. He was put in charge of developing the atomic bomb for the Nazis, but he didn't have any luck because the Allies just kept bombing the laboratories that he was working in. It was after the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki that the world finally grasped, wow, quantum theory might not be child's play, it might be a real thing. Just that was the craziest shit I fucking read. It sounds like now we're going to get into the dawn of quantum computers. Because Michio Kaku says here, But out of the ashes of war, a new quantum invention was on the horizon that would alter the very fabric of modern civilization, the transistor. Perhaps the enormous power of the atom could be used to bring peace. Transistors, how our modern computers, digital computers run nowadays, is transistors. You could fit, listen to this, you could fit 10 billion of them on your fingernail. They're, I think, 11 atoms wide or thick. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. But I'm going to throw this on the charger and keep reading. Read for about another 35 minutes after that clip. And then went and saw the niece for a half an hour. And now I got the call with Andrew. So I'm gonna go on that call. Do that for probably an hour or so. And then eat dinner around 9 and go to bed.